playoffs form. Looking good as a collective. Every single one of them having impact. It's time for T1 to turn up, or it's time to go home. To start out, it will be T1 on that defending side, but feeling a little confident, trying to walk down middle, but you can already note it, there will be players watching.
Here as well, actually the spy cam going to deny further progress down mid, and that could have been a big push for T1. Collapsing back very quickly towards A side, but EDG are stacked up outside this as well.
Okay, smokes are in. This is Kung. T1, I'm looking to see if they try and maybe go ahead of this. They are trying, and Smoggy says no. Going to take down one. Kung's there as well. A couple of trades come back through, and Ban! He still stands! Down to 21 HP, but he's still breathing, but only for a moment longer. Oh, G2, come on! The Red Bull clutch to kick it off. A little bit of hope for T1, but only for a moment as EDG rip it away.
Heroics from Ban to come out and find two here. G2 finally shows his hand.
Down A.
See here, Ban's expecting the lurk to come back through spawn. A little bit of a misread. And G2 makes him pay for it. Heavily invested here for round two as well. 3 Bulldogs to work with for EDG. T1 looking curious towards A lobby. Messiah try and get something done here with the Sheriff. Won't be noted just yet.
He wants a fight. Wants a bit of a brawl here. Gets the timing. Just a tag, but he gets it back as well.
Takes a ton of damage.
Still trying to posture up here. Got to be careful though, because he's getting more than the response he'd want. Let's fall away from this now. 1 minute left.
EDG looking to re-clear this space as well. The drone will come through. Will pave the way for Kang to dig a little deeper here. Good timing on the dart though from Zeta.
They're running down the clock pretty well here, T1. Trying to force EDG into one of these sites very late. It's a bit of a gamble. T1 deciding they wanted to lean towards C, but we can see it. EDG opting for that A take. Only one's going to be here. Should be able to call in the cavalry, but not in a position to do much with it now.
Ban on shorty as well, so this retake going to be very difficult to get something done there. Doesn't have any smokes up yet either, so no chance even really to pop out here with the... Oh, they might even just go dry here with no smokes. Oh, Ban will put one towards short though.
Okay, trying to limit some options. Nobody going to be played in with How Long as well. Lovely little crossfire here. Smoggy does go down. T1 looking to see if there's any other options. I don't think they're going to be given anything through CT. Yeah, EDG going to safely cross out towards long. You noted it at the start though, there was a lot of Bulldogs there, so they don't want to be making any sort of fumbles. They're not going to be overly chasing. T1 just going to have to go down to the spike. So EDG connecting 2 rounds now at the beginning.
Chance to see here how T1 are going to approach their buy rounds this half. Similar to Fracture, no progress towards an ultimate here, so nothing on the cards for either team. GG might look to switch things up now though. Munchkin will have his setup spread across Garage and the choke point outside B. Look how deep Chi-Chu's position is though. I feel like with where he's playing now, this might just be a rush C execute off the rip.
Yep. There it is, already going to have Kung on the site, flash towards back. Swing comes in, How Long spots no one besides theirs. So this will be a retake coming out from T1, whether they like it or not really. And the backline's not really available. That deep positioning coming out from Chi-Chu, he's going to hold a lot of space towards that. Main folks will be CT and Garage, and they need to start making progress here.
This come quick, Sire's a million miles away from this still.
Nice paranoia, nice smoke. Might be caught out here. Should be, is. Okay, Munchkin, nice work. Kung's still alive though. Gonna take down Munchkin. Spammed away. Ban's not gonna let him get away with that. Not able to deal with Chi-Chu though. A 1v3 is a tall task, though. Does get the Vandal 6 bullets. That is a lot to ask for! Oh my word!
Oh my God!
There's
He didn't
no
get it!
way. Wait!
He got the defuse!
How did he get the defuse? So close!
That must have been split seconds.
Show me the replay on that.
I thought he had it.
Same! Oh, we'll see this one. Again, it felt impossible anyway. 6 bullets, come on.
This is so clean.
Enemy remaining. Last player standing.
I think he thought he won it. Yeah, he did.
Same.
That is outrageous.
Quite close, that. Okay. Well, T1 get around on the board, but look at the state of their money now. They're back down to pistols.
Yeah, 3 sheriffs in this. No Blade Storm from Sire either. If anything, that bonus heavily favors EDG start here to Haven.
No chance here.
Wow.
Said a little chance. And Kankan gonna get away. An attempt made. And look at this guy. He's so hungry. He's so out for blood. Does he know side player? Yeah, he does. Absolutely. There's the classic.
God, man.
This guy's an animal. The way he plays is just so nasty to watch.
You send 3 to the slaughter, and Kang cleans up. It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, it's pistols, but there's no way to overwhelm him.
No. Well.
T1 need an early victory and an early confidence booster, because
Yes. My heart's breaking for them a little bit,
yeah.
but there is, you know, that gap up to playoffs is very real, and map 1 certainly wasn't up to caliber. I'm hoping map 2 they at least get a confidence booster to get them back in the game, because right now they feel a little out of it. And Punchkin going to accept it here as EDG. Post to 3rd now.
just seconds later shows his hand there.
No charge.
But even in the chaos, he turns the flash. He's superhuman, man.
He needs to be thrown in to big conversations after this event, depending how far EDG go. He has certainly made an impression up against some big names. There's, yeah, there's a reputation to be made from that man. Already certainly a highlight. For now, though, we see the operator out for Sire, so that's something. Does he get anything for it here? Challenges on the other side. EDG, 3 players, make it the 4th, already down in towards Sewer. He's trying to stand his ground here. That's a brave play, considering. Zeta going to post the Hunter's Fury to try and dissuade this approach, but they're ahead of it. Sire player out of the dash now as well. Kankan closing in. Sire player, great connection. Takes down the threat. And now operating with 4. Chichu might become it. Keep in mind, he's been filthy so far, 7-0.
This will reveal, actually, that T1 are looking to rotate away from this. Interesting enough, EDG looking to thread the needle, find their way onto B site.
But look at the position they've already been able to gain.
Yeah, Smoggy's drifted onto A.
Yeah, the smoke's going to come from kind of downtown, but he's got all that space here. So if they try and play back in, the only threat is through Heaven.
T1 are so paranoid, they're scrambling to try and pick back up some control.
It's on Sire player to try and...
Disgusting lurk from Haldong as well.
Oh, he's opting to go all the way around CT too. Yep. In case it wasn't already looking rough, he's going to get a whole lot worse.
Hey, Sire's going to get wallbanged.
The second that dart went up. And look at Haldong. Spots 1, spots 2. And he's pulled it. Gonna find Ban. Knows where Carpe is. Paranoia's gonna go through as well, so Carpe can't even try and trade it. And he's just costing them so much time. They're smothering him now. He's got support in this. It's not just Haldong alone. Smoggy's come around too. They fancy a bit of it. Zeta might be able to try and keep his teammates safe here. Yeah, he is, okay. But the time, EDG getting a little audacious in the plays. Nobody going hunting too. He wants to take these weapons away. He's done very well for 1. The operator will be staying though. And EDG make it to a 4th.
Desperate to try and give Sire a tool here in the next round. Some ultimates starting to come online for T1. Rolling Thunder and Blade Storm available. Ban And does have his TP. Yeah, the fact that it's Munchkin that falls first, the neural theft comes through, EDG just have total control. And they look to exploit that.
It's going to be a T1 timeout, I imagine. Waiting for confirmation on that, pretty certain. Yeah, there it is. So T1 going to try and pump the brakes here. Outside of what, that diffuse that we saw come in, there was bait. I mean,
I made the same comment in the first map. The rounds that T1 win, it doesn't feel sustainable. That was the bonus, if you recall, where even so, everyone fell. They were on a hard eco afterwards. And unfortunately, an early first blood here for Saya, but it equates to nothing.
I'm a little... I just want something to go right for them here. Be it, you know, a cheap win, whatever it is. I want them to have a round because they just look so out of it. It's great to see EDG in this sort of form and control, obviously, but it's just...
Well, the concern being, I mean, last time, like I said, that T1 needed a lead in this first half for me because second half of Haven was when the crack started to show and, you know, utility wasn't being used in the early round. Kang was just running away with things on EDG's defensive side. So if EDG come out with a round lead here and a buffer, it's terrifying. T1 have to completely overhaul the way they played the second half of Haven last time.
I just, this round I'm kind of eyes towards Saya player. Does he get a moment to even have influence towards this round? It looks like a bit of a deeper hold coming out from EDG. Slower exploration towards Garage and proactive approach over towards A long from T1. So if anything, kind of funneling EDG in towards that C site.
So yeah, to try and play in Saya as the op anchor here on C site.
Cage triggered.
We'll get some sound cues. Very deep clearance here with the drone.
But if T1 overpush this, they'll just spin back in towards A. And well, they've pretty much taken them all down. Trades are there. It's a 3-1. Saya player, what do you have? 50 seconds to play with, 3 to collect on. They are taking that A site.
As I say, Chichu with some space to work with, and we get the benefit of the timing as well. And these are the heartbreaking kills.
This is soul destroying if he doesn't turn. He has had a second thought of it. Finds Chichu and it's game on.
Hey,
a 1v2.
some time to play with here as well.
Spike only going down now. Gonna pop the blades as well. Nobody on site. One tuck towards Graffiti. That's gonna be how long does he check? Side players tries to go in. Seems a little short-sighted, a little frustrated, and EDG unfazed.
Burning up the Blade Storm and giving away the operator. We'll be able to repurchase, yes, but
Careful.
I think you're right, a little bit frustrated there with the approach. Maybe also thinking, you know, the fast coming through, there's a deep lurk from Chichu. Maybe they've just sent somebody to plant on the opposite side of the map, catch them off guard, but EDG, everything except the neural theft at their disposal now. And firmly in control of Haven once again.
This has to be a swing round for T1. Good purchase, couple of nice ults, operator out. What does EDG do with this as well, right? They've got their own ults to play with. They've obviously got a fair crack of money too. And Chichu's presence through Garage has been problematic to say the least. A nuisance by all variety, but we do see that Killjoy setup there. So Turret's going to be in position. And Munchkin going the long way around.
Good damage taken from Kang actually.
He's hunting though. He's feeling aggressive, feeling deadly. Looking like to kind of fall towards the side. Ban gonna note the player towards the back of the side, but look at the pressure on this man. So many things to be worried about. Munchkin trying to at least help him out somehow. Chichu does go down, but it's just gonna be chaotic on the site now. Nobody looking around, takes a little bit of a glance, can't quite find Ban. Gets a little closer, but the crossfires are coming in, just keeping him at bay. Zeta connects. Kang in the back line, still lingering around by Garage. Finally decides to take a little look towards the site because they're holding onto this Ban. Oh, a messy fight towards Long was never going to be enough here. And the last two players make it one. Do the whole lot. This could be a big round for T1. Can they keep 3 alive? Double swing? Yes, they can.
They're second on the board. This time around, T1 mitigating a lot of that risk. They play deeper and deeper, but concern being now if EDG lean heavily into that, the T1 are happy to concede space. First time really they followed through off of Munchkin's utility as well. Actually, Rolling Thunder didn't catch Ban. I thought it did. Saw him catch a kill on the kill feed off screen, but a lapse of concentration there from Smoggy.
Right here.
Big switch up from Munchkin here, actually. It's the alarm bot down towards sewers.
I mean, EDG's A takes have been pretty solid. Wouldn't be surprised if they lean back into it.
I mean, with the lockdown available,
Yeah.
they rotate him across here, but does still have Carpe alongside him. Maybe looking for a contact play off the turret or the alarm bot with the Rolling Thunder. There's only 2 of them here.
The gap between is quite substantial too. Side player going to be sitting towards B. See if he finds anything. He's not. Swing.
Killed by the dart.
Yeah,
Completely wasted.
no value off it. Time, I guess, is the only thing that they get, but that's a very slim reward.
But very quickly now, you can see the call is made to drift back towards a retake. Information gathered off the TP from Ban.
Right there.
They don't want to over-rotate. They've been conditioned to be paranoid about those flanks. You can see it now. Hunter's Fury going to be posted to try and clear through. Nobody, not going to find what he wants here. Nice denial, though. 28 seconds, finding it hard to filter towards that A site. There's still players to clear through, and Munchkin was one of them, and he's fallen. So maybe it's game on. Tire player finds the shot he needs, backs away, doesn't lose life. Trade comes in. It's on the form of Carpe falling. 3v4 now. And suddenly EDG taking the fight to them, 13 seconds. Zeta and Ban, how much can you do to deny this? Paranoia sent, but they can't deny the plant going down. No big chip damage to report. Howdon, yes, took damage earlier, but that's about it. Ban trying to filter his way forward as already his teammate falls. It's not worth the value on this. They're just finding nothing.
I thought T1 were very quickly resorting back to a retake here, but Munchkin stays on site. Very peculiar. It's him to take first contact here. Look at the space. Where's the second swing there?
Even EDG were looking for it. They were waiting for it.
Because before this, the fault line sent down long. It slows them down, yes, but then Munchkin has nothing to help him out. All of his util's gone. Carpe's burnt up his util. And there were bodies in place there to swing at the same time.
And the only man who can make the difference would be Sire player here. Rifle, the only investment, everyone else on Sheriff's odds and ends. And obviously full, very healthy purchase for EDG. Kang taking the space over towards long as well. Clearing out by the box, but already see the positioning double stacked up towards Sewer. EDG not in a particular hurry. They have everything they need to work late into these rounds.
T1 are so scared of Chichu's position and where his utility is that there's just no proactivity on this defensive half. I mean, they're very rarely even challenging for A lobby. Munchkin.
Nice.
So he does benefit there from the cage dropping.
Okay, but can they hold against this? Not with that amount of information. Look at it! Oh, it's devastating! The control comes out as Carpe falls, leaving Sire player still maybe an unknown quantity, but they seem all too aware of it. Nobody the first to try and find that information, and he wins the fight. EDG have the site to their own. The last 2 players feeling irrelevant to the outcome as Kang is holding them back. You want a chance to the site, you got to get past this man. And he ain't letting you through. Nothing going to be happening. EDG fully in control here. This team wants playoffs, and they're not far from it now.
Big gap. 5 rounds separating them here on Haven. It's another example. I talked about this in map 1. How quickly EDG react. They concede this first blood. Immediately, the switch is flipped.
Still a bye for T1. Still they are running on fumes here.
Well, first time, I was mentioning it last round, first time we've actually seen T1 challenge towards A lobby. A little deeper here on a buy round. Sire posted up, rifle in hand, Carpe to support. This time around, EDG not positioned here though. Well, as nobody comes back.
Oh.
Might even just clear this with the drone. Yeah.
Heard the steps. And now what do you do with this one? Carpe save him? Okay. Yeah, maybe you can. Draws out the Hunter's Fury as well.
I guess nothing for it.
Oh, no! That's just going to be devastating. Oh, come on! Kangkang is just too good at this game. Ban's dead in the blink of an eye. The other three a million miles away.
Spike planted.
You can already see it. Chichu's already up into garage. This is
It's
brutal.
the fear, it's the paranoia again though. Off the owl drone, they're desperate to try and find I don't want to say a cheesy kill, but a freebie off the Hunter's Fury to potentially play Sire in. And just like that, the blink of an eye, EDG find 2 kills elsewhere. It's so rough for T1.
Oh, he's just walking through them. He is walking through them. They look scared. T1 look terrified. And I don't really blame him when you got the beast up against you. This guy is absolutely unreal. But again, it hasn't just been that solo show from him. We've had a great performance from Chichu here as well. Those lurks have put the fear of God in T1. They look absolutely mentally boomed in this right now. EDG drastically outclassing T1. They're going to need every single round remaining, and there's not many to go spare.
Fadeaway shots like that.
Grounded.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, what do you do against a team that's this volatile? Like I said, so quick to react. You even hear the slightest hint of a stack towards A. The pendulum swing towards C, executed perfectly by EDG. Adjustment here, they're going to put Sire play in towards Garage. Now Munchkin tasked with holding down, anchoring that A site. Lockdown available. The thing is, with no exploration from T1 this half, there's not really anything that indicates what their default looks like. I mean, they've barely even pushed out and dealt with the spy cam in a single round that I can think of. Chichu has all the information across the map. And EDG just running rampant with it.
Look how close they are. He's so far ahead of even that dart that just came in. Yeah, not going to be hindered by utility. He wants to fight towards the backside. This time, though, T1 actually going to fall away from this. Still a little bit deeper towards CT. Depend on that lockdown.
Get out of my spike planted.
Should give him a bit of room, but look who's hunting!
Oh my God.
Kangkang's here! And he wants more! He's going to chase him around the map. He's still going. Does it land?
I was
It
going to
does.
say, the shock down and the aftershock's going to deal with the lockdown.
And now you got problems galore. 4v4 and you got to make your moves now. You got to try and get towards the side. He is here, standing his ground. Does eventually fall down to Munchkin. It's back down to a 3v3, but the time's still ticking. The paranoia finds nothing. Nobody on the reposition. It's just gorgeous work. On the drop down, it matters not. Nobody there to greet him with a smile. EDG running away with the game.
Mimi made this point on the desk as well. Every single one of these EDG players is good for a multi-kill here and there. A 3K, a 4K,
You should run.
whenever it's needed. And like I said, this freedom for EDG to set up here, the lockdown that is literally the cornerstone of T1's game plan in this round amounts to nothing. Kangkang is 18-6 on this half so far.
And he didn't have that blistering start like he did before, but you can see it every round there's value. He might have another one.
Oh, he knows where
They
you
are
are now, Carpe.
terrified. They are terrified, and rightly so.
Here.
Yeah, run away. Run away while he still can. I wouldn't want to face him right now. Confidence sky high for the man. This is his map.
Here.
Does anyone want to try it? Okay. He's still going to carry on forward. Be it a Marshall, be it the operator, doesn't really matter. Maybe a shorty to add to... No, Munchkin this time stands tall. Who's got the multi-kills from EDG here, though? None of them. It's Munchkin, still alive and kicking as best he can. Leaving nobody in Howdong. The others to try and handle this. Munchkin getting that defused. Oh, Howdong's there! And now down to a 1v1. Nobody breaks them in two. And EDG, large and in charge here. Playoffs just within touching distance now, Mike.
T1 just looked boomed after that map one. It's been hesitant, it's been scared. this entire half. They haven't wanted to challenge EDG. They've allowed them to set up and Kankang to just continue pushing so deep and playing contact with an operator time and time again. Like I said, there's been so few rounds, I mean none actually, where Chichu's backline has been pressured. Constantly in control of information and the entire map, Lauren.
Yeah, 10-2. This could be a short one, a quick one. Let's find out what the Desk thinks.
It is all about EDG right now. Mimi, Kakuka, T1, they can't even get around.
It has been such an amazing half. So many late A executes where EDG is just thriving. In fact, the only 2 rounds that they lost, they just went to see. One of them was that insane play that we saw by Chichu, but the defuse went through. And another one was a plain execute. As long as they don't do that, I feel that also T1 was making it a little bit too hard for themselves to actually get back into this round.
Yeah, and EDG have not missed a beat since beating Na'Vi. Their players are in absolute peak form right now. Chichu is pulling up ridiculous things like this. He didn't quite win the round there, but it's still in my heart the plays that they're making.
Yeah, it's not just him as well. Similarly to when they went up against Na'Vi, it is very much, Mimi, a team effort.
Yeah, every single one of these players is stepping up, and for T1, it just looks like they are crumbling. At the beginning, they were trying to fight for a lobby control. They stopped doing that completely. They're playing so passive on this defensive side, and Edward Gaming was just owning the map.
Yeah, and if we take a look at the graphic here and we take a look at EDG, that defensive win rate is through the roof, and it's exactly what happened last time against T1. T1 only managed to get 1 single round, and the previous half was all about the retakes that were definitely not there today.
EDG is on the precipice of making history. They've been to 3 international events, and at their 3rd opportunity, they're about to make it out of groups if they can close out versus T1.
Yeah, and T1, they're going to need a miracle right now. 10-2 down. We have seen it before. The comeback, it's not impossible, but Pansy and Hypok, this pistol round is going to be absolutely monumental.
Absolutely, this is paramount to any hope for T1, but it feels almost fated, right? EDG just elevating to truly playoff potential from the first time they met to now, looking almost like a different team.
I think T1, you could say the same, looking like a very different team to last time they faced off. And like I said, this is where some concerns definitely were raised. T1's attack in half. That's not a good start. 25 HP off the rip here for Saya. Actually, I was going to say the re-clearance here if nobody will full swing onto that, but still has the dart even here. Usually invested off the rip.
Standing ahead.
Not giving away too much, but a fair amount of pressure now noted. The push looks good. Saya player, highly valuable. Nice overrun from Carpe. Munchkin going to catch the cross too. T1 taking a damn good goal of this. Much better from T1. But look who remains. If it was anyone else, I'd have wrapped up this sentence long ago. But we give him credit where it's due in this, and we give him this moment. What can he do with this? He knows Munchkin was middle. That's not the target of focus for now. Does he find that first blood working back in? Looks for a target. No one's showing. Checks graffiti, finds it, dips. Whoa! It's all good. Real life. T1 back in the game.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yep.
Well,
Easy.
they need to improve their previous performance versus EDG. Was 1 round last time, but the pistol definitely the crucial one with this scoreline. Is that enough to get them back online? A mountain to climb to get back into Haven here.
Round by round. But I still get terrified of seeing him just go and walk about, just taking a little bit of space, deciding what to do with it. We've got a 3-play stack over towards A as well. Pretty cheap. Again, this round they do only really walk in with that Sheriff that's in Kangkang's hands. Otherwise, that's going to be classic. So if T1 go through their due diligence, they should be fine. Clear as they go. You can see the caution being shown here, obviously being...
Respect being shown.
Yeah, just terrified. Mostly of him.
Looking to now regroup back towards C. I don't Kankang looked like he almost responded to an audio cue there.
Heard it, maybe. He's going to be watching through from Garage. He held back for now. How long does that smoke last? Okay, a little bit of info. Chichu's got Sire player. They're not getting the access. Oh, God! Zeta's got one! Okay, he's got down. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. This is totally fine. 33 seconds is definitely a little dangerous. But it's dealt with. T1. All good. 3 alive, 3 rifles. No worries.
Yeah, luckily holding on to the crucial inventory. And one thing last time EDG was so good at is not just leaving Chichu to anchor a site, but just leaving his utility.
Yeah.
They were so happy to explore elsewhere, get a pick on the extremity, and then end up back on the site where Chichu's investment
I
is.
need a drop.
To get right for the, I was going to say, Carpe will pick up a Bulldog here in T1 with some difficult decisions to make, obviously, in terms of the economy due to the scoreline. They're looking to continue the pressure here towards A lobby.
Still need to be careful on the way in. You can see them trying to go through all of those corners, clear everything in front of them.
Smoggy's still set up here for a stun. Kankang almost with a sixth sense here. Reading a couple of players of T1 backed into the corners, but doesn't get any damage and forced back by the drone.
Yeah, nobody Smoggy and Kankang all here. They're leaving B, basically kept safe by a trap and a little bit of a passive hold by Howdong. T1 walking into quite the stack of players here. Sire player better be good for it, and he goes. First man found, clears out one. Looks for the follow-up, not going to happen. Hold by nobody. Smoggy with the swing. Takes down Sire player, but there's still Smoggy on the side, but overwhelmed. T1 doing nicely here. A 2v3 is not impossible, though. Paranoia gets sent now. They can't really get ahead of that smoke, so Carpe playing by Graffiti is in a pretty powerful position here until...
Wait, Zeta?
Huh?
The smoke dropped.
Seemingly completely unaware. Ban saving the day there, Mike. That felt like they were about to fumble it.
I'm not sure if Zeta thought he had a couple more seconds on that, but the smoke falls and he's punished as he's trying to tuck back into that short cubby. And so T1 convert the third. Is a comeback on the cards. Actually, sorry, I think even spotting there on the dash. Very diligent on the entry. Man luckily gets that instant headshot on the double swing. Shuts any hope down.
They go for an instant timeout from EDG. Come on. I mean...
Scary if they want to switch something up now.
We did talk about them kind of looking to bring in like a different style almost, right? We saw on map 1 it being a little bit more patient, a little bit more refined, not as, you know, high tempo, high explosive, still as volatile as ever, sure, but a little bit of a different look. Now I wonder what EDG do on this. They have options. Obviously, though, they've kind of had a couple of investments here and there as well. Losing out on that bonus is rough too. That's going to put them in a little bit of a predicament. That can close up the scoreline a little bit. And they don't have any ults to lean on. No massive amounts of progress, obviously, of everyone in tow. So, I wonder what EDG do with this. Maybe just going to make sure they don't allow this team to open up that window of chance for T1.
The last time, obviously, heavily reliant on Kankang getting on that operator nice and early. And that was when T1 barely got a look in.
Yes.
Yeah, it's, again, started running away with the early rounds. The utility misinvestment from T1 time and time again, conceded a lot of map control. He's here, it's free on the bounce. How far can they take this now? Anticipating a little bit of aggression coming out of that timeout. 3 stingers and a sheriff, so no... I was going to say, no freedom here for T1. They've got to play this carefully.
I guess they can afford a couple of these rounds, but interesting to see how long they live with this. Again, probably a good choice from T1 to just go for the C take, feels safe.
Well,
felt
getting
safe.
ahead of it.
Yep. Lost a bit of that timing on it now. They could re-address this. They could re-pressure. Sire player going to take towards the side, but EDG have all 5 players here waiting. Let's see how this pressure looks though. Munch getting to deal with the first. Chichu goes down. Kankang gets towards the site, spots out the players, but again, still working with stingers. It ain't going to be enough. Carpe overwhelms, but Smoggy to do the damage, leaving it a 3v2. Only down to Smoggy and T1 weathering the storm here.
Well handled. Yeah, I was saying, a little bit of a misplacement here on some of the utility on the way back in, but only Stingers, only Sheriffs. EDG probably just looking to chip away a little bit, take away, or force a couple of repurchases here with a stinger of rounds now in favor of T1. And a big advantage in terms of the old cycle, in terms of what's available off the rip here. Rolling Thunder, Blade Storm, 2 off the lockdown.
Kangkang's got the operator though.
Yeah, that's...
And he's going sewer. Does he? How far does he take that, do you reckon? I mean,
last time T1 were incapable of shutting this down.
Yes.
And they conceded a number of first deaths on the back of it. Reading into it potentially, though. It's actually, yeah, the alarm bot's posted up here to prevent a flank coming through.
It's a test of Howdong then instead. Side player going to lead the way. The paranoia was good. I don't think they noticed that it actually connected very, very well. Plays in Howdong just perfectly. Side player, a little bit of a fumble there. Smokey to make the most of that as well. Gets the trade. Oh, Kangkang as well. Connects onto Zeta, leaving Munchkin in a rough situation. Made worse with that operator rattling through his chest as EDG up to 11. The corner checked or not made so much of a difference in that one round.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking that Howdong's actually not spotted here because the paranoia is perfect.
Right.
But you can see what Saya has to do. There's so much for him to clear.
One enemy remaining.
My ult's ready.
T1, I think, make the right decision here. They continue pushing.
This guy's a superstar in the making, isn't he? 22-11. He's putting on a show. Theatric shot in and out of the server. And I think he's getting a little confident, a little cocky. Getting that first hit in that second half. And they're getting aggressive down towards long. It looked like T1 were prepared for this before. This time around, are they ready for what's on the way? Oh God, the headhunter himself, he's here. He's gonna keep going on this one too. Gets a little closer. Just around that
You
corner.
should run.
3 players. Was baited in, toyed in, teased in. He still gets the kill. Howdong is there with a ban. Tries to do everything he can. Still does the damage. Chichu comes back around. And EDG all too prepared for this. Munchkin once again left here alone. Desolate. So few options. Oh, adding insult to injury, isn't it? What are you meant to do? Got 3 to clear. Stunned up. 38 seconds. Even the turret's not on his side at this point. Can he isolate one of these? First, yes. Trying to look for that swing. Chichu held off. The second!
Okay.
Munchkin, you knew where he was. And he waits. He waits. Oh, no! Heartbreak! As Chichu timed it so well. And the moment Munchkin moved away, EDG make it to 12.
I mean, that's the best way to sum up some of the rounds in this series. What a beautiful collapse, though, from EDG. And Chichu's so deep on C long. Beautifully coordinated. Another example of just total freedom across the map. 3 members of T1 stacked up, backs against the wall in spawn. Heartbreaking.
This one's gonna sting for T1. 6 to 12, yes, there's still chance. There's still, you know, moments, but you see the confidence. Mike, you see it every time that cam's on these players. They're starting to become showmen. They're starting to, you know, get the fans going, get the people going, get in the faces, get into their heads of T1 as if they needed that. T1 looked shattered from that first off, from that first map. Left in pieces throughout this game. EDG mean in the way they're playing. T1 need a miracle now. Hell, they need something more than that. Blade Storm there for Kangkang as well. 5 behind it for everyone else. And it's a scrappy purchase for T1. And it looks like an all-out brawl here.
I'm not sure if T1 even just pop off the spawn barrier here. Looks like it might be a stun set up.
He wants to fight it though. He wants to fight it! Takes side player down to barely anything. Left alive on 15. There's a message to the others, do not come to this site, and they dare go forward. He waits. Tucked in the corner though, dealt with by that. Oh! Dives a little further ahead, Zeta's still standing. Smoggy's there though, they walk through the smoke to their slaughter. Paranoia sent EDG massacring T1. Until then, it's Chichu trying to do something to deny it. No! Hold on! Confirms it! T1 slaughtered by EDG.
A terrifying performance here from EDG. Thriving on that previous success. And everyone stepping up here. Kang, the headline, sure, but